What's going on, guys? It's Prez. With the European campaign coming to a close, it's time to look back on all the big storylines that none of us saw coming. This is Kick, and these are our top 5 surprises of the 2016-2017 season. We start off with a tale of two Gabriels. Gabriel Jesus, who joined Manchester City for a rumored 33 million euros in January, and Gabriel Barbosa, or Gabigol, who arrived at Inter Milan for nearly 30 million euros last summer. At the 2016 Olympic Games, both players featured in Brazil's gold medal winning team, and both were destined for true greatness. Or so we thought. Gabriel Jesus went on to guide Palmeiras to their first league title in over 22 years, before joining City in January, while Gabigol joined the hype train from Santos to Milan after gaining comparisons to Neymar and Thierry Henry. Both players had everything they needed to succeed, but against all expectations, only one did. Straight out of the gate, Gabriel Jesus was so good that he threatened to keep Sergio Aguero out of the City team. For a teenager to steal the spotlight from one of the best Premier League goal scorers of all time shortly after arriving was truly outstanding. Gabigol, however, did not set the world alight in that same way. The 20-year-old hasn't started a single league game for Inter and has just one goal to his name. During a recent game against Lazio, he stormed down the tunnel when it was clear that he wouldn't feature in the game, further prompting rumors about a return to Brazil. It's been truly surprising to see two brilliant players of two similar backgrounds and transfer values suffer such different fortunes. It's a sound reminder that not every South American star makes a smooth transition to Europe, even the most talented. Our fourth most surprising moment of 2016-2017 is Chelsea's incredible turnaround, spurred by Antonio Conte's switch in formation. The Blues started the season using a 4-1-4-1 and a 4-2-3-1 system that they were familiar with. But when they went on a disastrous spell in September, drawing with Swansea, losing to Liverpool at home, and losing 3-0 to Arsenal, the Gunners' defeat was so shocking that Conte immediately changed things up. In the next game against Hull, he switched to a formation that brought him 3 consecutive titles with Juventus and huge success with the Italian national team. It was a bold move, particularly relying on fringe players Marcos Alonso and Victor Moses as wingbacks. But boy, did it work. It also got last year's stagnant stars Eden Hazard and Diego Costa tearing up the league again, week in, week out. Chelsea went on a 13-game winning streak, and a month after that Arsenal defeat, they climbed to the top of the table, where they remained for the rest of the season. It was a brilliant move by Conte, and in a way, Chelsea fans have Arsenal to thank for their 5th Premier League title. Thanks, guys. Enjoy that Europa League. We go on to Germany for our number 3, and as much as I might hate them, I can't ignore results. It's the highly unlikely rise of RB Leipzig. The Bundesliga has been jam-packed with surprises this season. Hoffenheim earned Champions League football for the first time, while clubs like Schalke and Bayern Leverkusen finished in the bottom half, and Wolfsburg were left with a relegation playoff. But Leipzig, in their first ever season of top-flight football, were absolutely revolutionary. When Red Bull bought the rights to a 5th-tier side in 2009, they intended to go from bottom to top as quickly as possible. But no one could have predicted how well they would perform in their first top-flight campaign. The East German side went undefeated in their first 13 games of the season and topped the table for most of November. Leipzig were eventually bumped by Bayern Munich, but to hold on to second place using a modestly assembled team with a fraction of the Bavarian budget is truly astounding. Of course, they upset many with their embrace of commercialism and disregard for the German 50+1 rule that's meant to protect the interest of fans. But they've certainly made an impression. And as much as guys like me hold it against them, it must be said they've done all of this with exciting young talent versus splashing cash with huge stars. And they may continue to surprise us in Europe's biggest stage next season. So stay tuned for that. Speaking of surprises on Europe's biggest stage, our number 2 is the startling rise of Monaco's Kylian Mbappe. The French forward broke into Monaco's first team as a 16-year-old, just like Thierry Henry did 23 years ago under Arsene Wenger. Also like Henry, he's from the Paris suburbs. He attended the legendary Clairefontaine Center of Excellence, and he's a dynamic forward with blistering pace. Mbappe made a huge leap from promising youngster to certified superstar last season, scoring 24 times in 26 starts, including 6 goals and 6 Champions League outings. He already looks right at home at the very highest level, and is exhibiting the kind of touch and control and confidence that should be way beyond his years, all while breaking record after record. No one could have predicted that he would have matured this fast, and it's reported that Monaco have already turned down numerous lucrative transfer bids. When asked about his ambition as a 14-year-old, he spoke about his hero Cristiano Ronaldo, and his desire to one day play for Real Madrid. It might not be too long before he's lining up with his hero in a white shirt, or one day, replacing him. We've arrived at our number 1 surprise of the 2016-2017 season, the massive underachievement of both Manchester clubs. At the start of the season, fans and experts seemed to agree that the Premier League would be a 2-horse race between Jose Mourinho's United and Pep Guardiola's City. How could anyone else possibly compete when these two megastar managers came head-to-head with unlimited resources? Mourinho spent £160 million on players in the summer, making this his most expensively assembled squad of all time, while City spent over £180 million on upgrades. But what did we get for all of that? A United side that gave up on getting into the top four, and a City team that had to wait until the last day of the season to confirm their Champions League qualification. For two top-class managers, it must have been ridiculously disappointing that they could only manage 2 wins apiece against their top 6 Premier League rivals. Granted, United won the League Cup and the Europa League, but as Roy Keane recently said, the club should be truly embarrassed to be so far off league leaders given their spending power and their talent. So these are our biggest surprises of the season, but we need to give honorable mentions to Barca's insane comeback against PSG, Leicester's turnaround under Craig Shakespeare, Arsenal's fall from the top 4, the amazing rise of Turkish minnows Istanbul BB, Spartak Moscow's unexpected title win, and the impressive campaigns of Eibar and Atalanta. What else did we miss? Let us know in the comments. Comment, like, subscribe. Peace.